I recently sold a property. We experienced some very challenging negotiations. Situations like that happen. Often it comes down to differences in strategy, communication, or representation. The truth is, there are parts of a transaction you simply cannot control. But what you can control is how prepared you are and how you respond when the pressure shows up. This is where the real difference is made. I'm Stephen Rotsart. Today I'm talking about living in East San Diego County, including communities like La Mesa, Santee, and El Cajon. Let's talk about how smart buyers and sellers prepare before stepping into the market, what they need to understand, how to think strategically, and why preparation shapes a well-managed negotiation. Because in today's market, preparation is not optional, it's leverage. Buying a home is one of the most important financial decisions most people will ever make. It is financial, of course, but it's also emotional, and it requires strategy. What many buyers do not realize is that negotiation does not begin when you write your offer. It begins well before that. The first step is financial clarity. I always recommend getting fully approved, not just pre-qualified, pre-approved. That means your lender has reviewed your income, credit, documentation, and gives you the real numbers, not estimates. When you are fully pre-approved, you understand your monthly payment and what feels to be comfortable. You're not making decisions in the heat of the moment. You are making decisions from a place of clarity. Sellers also notice the difference. A strong pre-approval gives them the confidence that you're actually going to close. Second step is understanding the market. East County does not move the same way as coastal San Diego. Even within East County, each neighborhood and price range behaves completely differently. Without context, buyers tend to rely on emotion. They hesitate when they should actually be moving, or they push too hard in situations where patience could actually probably serve them better. Strong buyers look at comparable sales. They understand value. They recognize patterns, and they know when to stay calm, when to act decisively. That level and that type of preparation changes the entire tone of negotiation. Now, here's the difference. One of the most common mistakes I see in creating tension too early is submitting an extremely aggressive offer in a competitive market. It rarely creates the type of leverage you want. Most of the time, it creates resistance. Negotiation is not just about price. It's about structure. The timeline matters. The strength of the deposit matters. Contingencies matter. Flexibility matters. I have seen offers win when they were not the highest price, simply because they were clean and easy to work with. During inspections, discipline becomes even more important. The focus should stay on major items: roofing, plumbing, electrical, structural component. When negotiations turn into a long list of cosmetic requests, I kind of call this remodeling the property to sell it. Momentum slows down, and I will tell you, emotions rise. And when emotions rise, deals become fragile. Staying measured protects the transaction and keeps both sides moving forward. For sellers, preparation looks a little bit different, but it's just as important. Many homeowners in East County have built strong equity over the past several years. That's a great position to be in. But equity does not determine value. The market determines value. Overpricing, even slightly, can slow activity. And when activity slows, you lose leverage as a seller. Strategic pricing creates attention. Attention creates offers. Offers give you options, and options at the end of the day give you control. Presentation matters as well. Homes that feel cleaned, maintained, cared for, and reduce hesitation. They build trust with a buyer. When buyers feel confident about the condition of a home, they negotiate completely differently. They feel safer moving forward, which often leads to smoother terms and a smoother transaction. When offers come in, the highest offer is not always the best offer. So when reviewing offers, I look closely at financing strength, down payment size, contingencies, and flexibility in the closing timeline. Sometimes a slower offer with clean terms is actually a smarter decision because it reduces the risk, but it increases certainty. During inspections, staying calm is really critical. Reasonable repair requests can often be handled through credits instead of overcomplicating the process. The goal is to keep the deal stable and not win on every single little point. And if negotiations become tense, the response should not be emotional. It should be clear, documented, and professional. This is really how you maintain control, whether you're a buyer or a seller. The bottom line is this: the most difficult negotiations are not caused by the market itself. They're caused by a lack of preparation. For buyers, that means knowing your numbers, understanding the local market, and defining your priorities before you submit an offer. For sellers, it means pricing strategically, presenting the home well, and staying disciplined when emotions show up. Strong outcomes are not dramatic. They're steady. They're built long before pressure ever appears. If you're thinking about buying or selling in East County and you want clarity before stepping into the market, I'm always happy to have a conversation. No pressure, just strategy and honest advice. Because when preparation comes first, confidence follows. And in this market, confidence makes all the difference.